Welcome back, ballroom dance friends. Today's hot topic is compliments of our dance friend, Ellen Kabadi, who commented on one of my previous videos. Hi, Sunny. My wife and I are an amateur couple. We look forward to your video about amateur couples forgetting their routines. Not that either of us would ever do that. And of course he laughs. Would you please talk about mental preparation for competition? How do we calm the nerves, relax, and feel more confident? Thanks. Well, thank you, Alan, for commenting. Guys, I cannot even tell you how much I appreciate every time someone asks the questions in the comments. Makes my job so darn easy. If you're too shy to ask there, shoot me a message on my personal Facebook page, Sunny page, and I will answer it here, but not use your name. I can always post that anonymously. Anyway, here goes. Even professionals sometimes have a brief brain freeze on the floor. Happens to us all. However, as I've shared previously, I do not think that this is acceptable in Pro-Am, where you are paying the pro for them to remember your routine and help you through that, help you look your best. However, those Pro-Am routines, assuming you are an appropriate skill level for that pro and you have not outgrown them, that should be an easy task for them to do. They probably are much easier than these open pro routines, and certainly the floor just moves a lot slower. And so you don't have to deal with kind of the speed of all that floor craft in the open, like championship level comp floor. But it does happen to even the best of dancers at some point. There are many different things you can do to help calm the nerves. In fact, there are 13 off the top of my head, and we're going to break those down today. And Alan, I got to tell you, you hit the nail on the head. The biggest thing you can do in competition to remember your routines is to minimize stress. Number one. So how do we do that? Okay, I have read an awesome book called Dancing to Your Maximum. I purchased this thing off the vendor area at Blackpool eons ago. And bad news bears, this thing is out of print. You can't get a copy. Trust me, I keep trolling Amazon. It's listed on there, but it just says unavailable. But if you keep your eyes peeled on that, you might be able to pick up this gem used somewhere. You know, I even check eBay. And occasionally this diamond does show up in the rough. But you know what? Assuming you're not going to be able to get a hold of that bad boy, I'm going to break down my favorite suggestions for you that have really helped me and my partner get over that hump. Because obviously, forgetting the routines is more common in the amateur dancers, especially the less experienced they are. This is normal. It's part of the learning curve. Here goes. Okay. Number one hack. Don't change your diet up right before the comp. You want everything going into the comp to be as consistent as possible with your home dancing experience, okay? So, you know what, if you eat something different, it's going to affect your body. It's going to affect, you know, your insulin level, and that affects your brain. Like, whatever you do at home, do not go on some sort of crazy crash diet before the comp. It will hurt your dancing. It will not help. Promise you that. You know, within reason, you know, the dancing is going to be based on how you execute it and not like 5 pounds difference. This is ridiculous. Okay. Number two, get ample sleep. Many people, you know, hey, guilty, you know, to save money, I'm flying into that comp, you know, at the very last flight out, you know, and then I'm up another 3 hours at the hotel, like unpacking, you know, steaming my costume. Oh, some stones fell off, you know, and then I get no sleep. And no, you're not going to dance your best unless you're well slept. So might be worth that investment of staying in that hotel an extra day just to make sure you're ready to roll. In fact, when we would go to Blackpool every single year, we would go several weeks in advance. Because as many of you know, when you make that flight over there, I don't know why it's so much worse flying to Europe than flying here. But man, anytime we competed in Europe, we had to go 3 weeks early or we were like zombies. You know, and why dump all that money on a comp if you're going to go there and dance like poop? Makes no sense, right? Okay, number 3, relaxation techniques help for many people. How does that manifest itself? Maybe it's yoga, maybe it's stretching, maybe it's massage, maybe it's meditation. You know what? Heck, if you're not sure what to do, just try breathing slowly, you know, in through your nose, out through your mouth, you know, in that day leading up to the comp as well as right before you walk on that comp floor, okay? Okay, number 4. Stay fit. So, you can be any number of body sizes, but if you don't have the cardio health, it's going to hurt your dancing. It's going to stress you out. Set aside not being able to keep your breath. It's going to stress you out because you can't get your breath. And then you've got the adrenaline taking over and you totally lose your ability for analytical thought on the floor and remembering your routines. Okay? So you definitely, you know, if the dancing during the week is insufficient for that cardio health, and you'll know that first comp, am I dying? Am I out of breath? Or is this easy peasy? And then you can adjust accordingly, you know, and add some sort of cardio to, you know, your routine, say 4 or 5 days a week, to keep that up to snuff. So it's one less variable you need to micromanage when you're on that stressful comp floor. Because you know what? Not only do you have to deal with the stress of remembering your routine and the comp, now you've got, you know, 11 other couples out there with you. That can be stressful. And even worse, in Pro-Am, sometimes they'll dump you on the floor with mixed proficiency and different ages. Like, it even stresses me out when I'm on the, you know, it's happened to me in Pro-Am. I'm on the floor and they'll put a 6-year-old couple out there. Like, I'm just afraid I'm going to clobber them because I'm moving at such speed. So again, some variables are unavoidable and that stress is going to be there. But if you minimize those variables and minimize the stress, oh man, it is a huge help for staying on the rails with your choreo. Okay, guys. Okay, next up, forget the dance you just did. Okay, most judges are actually really doing their job, and they are empirically evaluating each dance separately. So when you're on that comp floor, oh my God, I totally jacked up my cha. You know what? They're looking at the ball so separate. Don't worry. Proof of this, you know, look back in marks from your previous competitions. I guarantee you're not going to have the exact same marks from the exact same judges in every single dance. As a matter of fact, you could have placed, say, 2nd in one dance and 5th in another dance. I mean, this is proof that they're out there actually watching. And so don't sweat it. There's no need to stress if things go haywire, because I got news for you. No one out there is dancing their best in that comp. We are all under pressure. You know what? Just do your best and then shake it off and think about your focus for your next dance, which is another thing that Dancing to Your Maximum talks about, giving you, say, you think about your focus words. Maybe it's something that you've just been recently kind of trying to master in your private lessons, you know. Just think, you know, flick, you know, if that's what your coach is teaching you in tango or something. I was just showing someone, you know, yesterday in their cha-cha, think moving like a robot instead of a ballroom dancer. And so think about maybe at max 3 key words, you know, so scrap it. Doesn't matter how you did. We're on deck for this totally new thing, new competition, new keywords, and then just focus on that going into that next dance. Same thing. If you make a callback, to the next round and you totally botched your first round, you know what? The first round is always just your warm-up round. This is why I recommend to prom dancers, hey, enter more heats if you can. It's worth the extra money because you know that first time out of the gate's going to suck. You're not going to dance your best, and it kind of works out those nerves. Okay, guys, I actually have 7 more suggestions, and I've gone over my 10-minute mark again. And I do find most of you, YouTube does show me this. You click off at about the 6-minute mark, you tune off, and these are important things. So I'm going to post a follow-up video, trust you me. Might not be tomorrow. It seems like you guys also appreciate when I kind of mix up the topics a little bit. But yes, there are absolutely some more super helpful things you can do to de-stress on that comp floor. And this will also pay off in spades in terms of remembering your choreography. And as I've previously discussed, you will dance your best if you remember your choreo. Okay, so guys, thanks for joining me today. If you thought that may be useful or at least entertaining, hey, throw me a bone, press that like button. And if you're interested in all things ballroom dance, hey, subscribe to our channel. We are a worldwide community of ballroom dancers here. And although, you know, we have unique challenges depending on where we are in the world or even where we live in the country. I'm broadcasting from the United States, so there's kind of a wide variety of cultures and dance cultures here, but we all share in those same goals, in those same joys, and in many of the same challenges. So if you have anything to add on what's been helpful for you or for our pro friends on our channel, hey, please share your 2 cents. I am but one ballroom dance teacher, you know, and it's always helpful to hear other people's experiences and suggestions. And honestly, every time I finish a video, I'm like, oh, I should have said this and this and this. And I don't want to create, you know, a novel that you have to watch a 10-hour YouTube video. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me today. Thanks so much for your question, Alan. Love that. Please ask more questions, guys. Can't even tell you how much I appreciate that. And happy dancing. I'll see you in the morning.